Hey there, how you doing? I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I've got some vinyl finds and a couple other quick things to talk about. First off, I just saw the band The Dead Daisies last night, and you might have saw some footage of it on Jeff Witcher's channel because I actually went to the show with him. So by all means, go check that out. And you can he filmed a little bit of the show, and then we talked a little bit afterwards. So check that out. But after the show, we were sitting in his car for a minute, and I noticed that there were some people hanging around afterwards. So I thought, hey, maybe they're going to try to meet the band. Let's head over there for a while. We were just about ready to leave because it had been a little bit, and I thought, I don't know, kind of getting tired of waiting when they slowly started to come out. So I got some autographs. So I thought I would show you. Now you're not even hardly going to be able to tell, but that's David Lowie or Lowy, his signature there in silver underneath here. It's really hard to tell with this, but that's Doug Aldridge, the guitar player. And then Glenn Hughes kind of signed over his name because it was dark and he couldn't see. And when I gave him a silver ink pen to use, or not ink, but a Sharpie, he didn't want to use it because he didn't want to touch it. I get that. That's fine. Totally cool. So anyway, I got that signed by the band, and then I'd also brought this, and I had Mr. Glenn Hughes autograph my copy of Stormbringer by Deep Purple, one of the few albums that he made with Deep Purple during his time in there. So I was pretty excited to get that autograph too. Glenn Hughes, great singer, one of my favorite rock singers. So it was a very quick thing, but he was nice enough to come out and he signed. And Jeff actually I should have had my phone here. Jeff took a picture of me getting that signature from Glenn and from Doug Aldridge. Anyway, also, so here are, let me show you, first off, so I had lent some records to a guy at work and kind of forgot about it because I'd done it so long ago, back before I was back into listening to vinyl and buying vinyl. So I had this, and I knew there was other records that I was missing when I went back to get some of my old record collection. Well, he had some of them. I finally got some of them back. So there's some good news, some bad news. I still think he might have a few of mine, but I don't know. But one of the ones I got back was For Those About to Rock. And this is still pretty, I cleaned this all up. It's still fairly good shape. I already got myself another used copy because I couldn't find that. So I'm going to be giving this to my son, Alex. And I got back my original copy of Led Zeppelin Presence. So I knew I had this. I was very happy to get that back. Unfortunately, you see he's got this, he ripped it, ripped the cover of it. The record is still in pretty good shape though. So, I mean, that's good. It's got, I don't know. The jacket, I don't know what happened there, but it doesn't look in the best shape. Now this one, so he had my Dark Side of the Moon, my original Dark Side of the Moon. And it's horrible. It looks like shit. So I bought myself a new copy of that when I hadn't had it for so long because I gotta have Dark Side of the Moon, for God's sakes. So anyway, this one, I was going to give this to one of my sons too, but I'm not going to do that because it's not even worth it. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what he did to it to make it. He said, he goes, oh, I didn't even play it. And I'm like, dude, you think I'd give you a record that looked like that? Anyway, Here's one I was happy to get back. I thought I'd lost it, and that's my original copy of Kiss, Creatures of the Night. I love this record. I bought this the same week it came out. Luckily, I cleaned this one up. The record, thank goodness, is still in pretty good shape. There's some wear and tear on the jacket or whatever, but the record is pretty good. Just happy to get this back with this cover. I was very mad that that was one of the ones I couldn't find. Anyway, boom. Those are, you know, the ones I got back from it. Some long lost friends is what that was. Now, some records that I got. So first off, here is another record. This is actually a leftover from Record Store Day, and that is Uriah Heep, The Magician's Birthday. You can see the cool looking vinyl. I won't take it out, but you get the idea of what it looks like. And I'd also, I'd like to thank Jeff from Mega Jeff's Hard Rock Vinyl. You guys know him. He's a great guy. He had actually got me a copy of this too, but I'd already had somebody else save me a copy, didn't realize it. So he had this copy, and he had said, well, maybe I'll just keep it. And I'm like, okay, but I could tell he didn't really want to keep it. I don't think he really wanted the record. So I'm like, okay, hey, I'll pay you for it. And he said, well, let me see if I can sell it. He's got different connections. I think he sold it on Facebook or something. And next thing I know, he said, yep, I got a buyer. I'm good. So thank you. I'm sorry for putting you through any extra nuisance there. So nice. Jeff's such a nice guy that he had an extra copy for me, even though I had it. I just didn't realize it at the time. So sorry about that, Jeff. And thanks for doing it. I got this, picked up the last Larkin Poe that I did not have. This is reskinned. It's actually a redone of their first album, I believe. This is a little less bluesy than their other stuff. So I got to listen to this one some more. Still good, but I'm not liking it quite as much as I do some of their other stuff. But now I've got, it's not like they got a big discography, but I have all the Larkin Poe records. Now here's all this stuff is from the bins now. I got 90125 by Yes. And that's on the Atco label. That's in really good shape. That looks nice. Got this pretty cheap. Here's one Aaron Mutha-Alamere should appreciate. I've actually had this for a while. Greg Kihn. And this is the one, well, it says contains the hit Sheila on this little hype sticker, but this has the breakup song on it. So that was their big hit. I think that might have been when I first heard of them. So this is great. This is, still had the plastic wrap on it and everything. So that was great. Here's one you're going to say, what the hell is this? The Silver Convention. This is a disco record. And I used to have a 45 of the song Get Up and Boogie and Fly Robin Fly when I was a kid. I don't know. I bought it, and so I saw this record, and it was, next to nothing. And I had to pick it up just for the oddity of it. This is something I will not be listening to it a whole lot. I did listen through it, and a lot of it is pretty cheesy. Next up, we have from 1974, Quatros, Suzi Quatro. This, of course, has the song. No, I can't even think of it. What the heck is it? Well, I know it's got some remakes. It's got Hit the Road Jack, but shoot, I can't think of it. Double Gate Drive. I'm so stupid. This is in pretty good shape. This is actually a promo copy. This is on Bell, the Bell label. And this is, look at that. Is that 70s or what? So this is pretty cool. This is just a good time rock and roll kind of album. It's just fun. I like it. Next up, I've got Let Me Be There by Olivia Newton-John. This is one of her really early ones. Obvious ring wear there. But this has like a lot of remakes on it too, besides the song If Not For You. That was a hit. And Let Me Be There was. But she also does like Angel of the Morning, If You Could Read My Mind, songs like that, Country Roads. The Banks of Ohio. She does a song called The Banks of Ohio on here. I mean, you know, look at that. Look at that smile. How could I not get that? Actually, the guy at the record store gave me this. He said, "You're the only one that gets these things." So he just threw that in there. So I didn't pay anything for it. I got Spy by Carly Simon. Once again, this is just a dirt cheap record, but the record is in good shape. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Got the hat going on. Got that sly look on her face there. Yeah, let me see this one. Yeah, that's on Elektra. Once again, paid next to nothing for this. Matter of fact, I don't know if I paid anything for it. But record is in very good shape. I like Carly Simon. Here's one. So my buddy Rich Strickler, this is somebody that he really likes. This is the last one. I picked it up because him and JT on JT's Record Room have been doing specials on this guy. So I got Jackson Browne, Running on Empty. Record's not perfect, but it's still in pretty good shape. And I admit, I played it. I like it. I like this record. So good recommendation. Rich Strickler, him and JT have done a couple of episodes where they talk about Jackson Browne and rank his albums or whatever. And it was really interesting, and I thought, all right, I gotta pick this up. So this was in one of the bins. Matter of fact, they had like 3 or 4 of them, so I got this for next to nothing too. So those are my picks. I'm sorry this went on a little bit longer than what I expected, but I put a bunch of stuff in here. So anyway, those are my picks for pickups right now. There'll be more to come. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format, rock and roll. Until the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.